Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. Understanding the significance of Iraq's statements. Iraq is a key player in Iraq's financial landscape, holding a prominent position, possibly as the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. His authority on monetary policy makes his words significant when it comes to changes regarding the Iraqi dinar. His recent comments focus on the deletion of 3 zeros from the currency, which has been a point of interest and speculation among those invested in Iraq's economic future. The deletion of zeros from a currency is often a part of a redenomination process, aimed at simplifying transactions and accounting. In countries experiencing high inflation, the currency loses significant value, and prices for everyday goods can become unwieldy. For example, a loaf of bread may cost thousands or even millions of units of a devalued currency. To address this, governments sometimes opt to delete zeros, essentially resetting the currency to make it more manageable in day-to-day use. However, redenomination does not necessarily change the intrinsic value of the currency. In other words, if a nation deletes 3 zeros from its currency, it doesn't automatically mean that each unit of currency is suddenly worth more on the international market. This is likely the root of the debate in Iraq and the source of confusion among those following the news closely, such as the person referred to as Firefly. Firefly's perspective on the Firefly suggests that this individual hates this is happening, implying that the speaker is resistant to the changes and views them negatively, even if they are, in Firefly's view, for the greater good of the Iraqi economy. To understand why these discussions are so significant, it's crucial to consider the economic backdrop in Iraq. The country has faced decades of turmoil, including wars, sanctions, and political instability, all of which have had profound impacts on its economy. The Iraqi dinar has experienced extreme fluctuations in value, with periods of hyperinflation and sharp devaluation. In the years following the fall of Saddam Hussein, Iraq's economy struggled to stabilize. While the country is rich in oil reserves, which should provide a strong foundation for economic growth, corruption, political infighting, and external pressures have hampered progress. The dinar's value on the global market remains low, and everyday Iraqis have felt the effects of this in terms of reduced purchasing power and economic uncertainty. Against this backdrop, any changes to the dinar's structure or value are closely watched by both Iraqi citizens and foreign investors. Some individuals, like Firefly, may see the deletion of zeros as a step toward economic recovery, while others remain skeptical. The disagreement between Iraq and the unnamed idiot can be seen as a reflection of broader debates about how best to manage Iraq's economy and whether redenomination is a meaningful solution. The role of Sudani. This suggests that Sudani supports the redenomination process or, at the very least, is seen as someone who is working towards stabilizing the dinar and improving Iraq's economic situation. The reference to Sudani as the true leader also highlights the political nature of these discussions. In Iraq, as in many countries, economic decisions are deeply intertwined with politics. Different factions may have conflicting views on how to manage the economy, and these disagreements can sometimes manifest as public disputes over policy. In this case, Frank seems to be advising Firefly to trust in Sudani's vision for the country, implying that any dissenting voices are either misinformed or politically motivated. The emotional tone and frustration throughout the passage, there is a palpable sense of frustration. Firefly feels that the news is being manipulated or misrepresented by those who are not aligned with Iraq or Sudani's vision for the country. The use of strong language, such as calling the dissenting voice an idiot and a fool, reflects the emotional investment that many have in the future of the dinar. For those who have lived through years of economic hardship, the prospect of a stronger currency and a more stable economy is deeply personal. At the same time, the back and forth nature of these discussions likely contributes to a sense of confusion. Alec's statements about the deletion of zeros might seem promising, but the opposing viewpoint raises doubts. This kind of uncertainty is not uncommon in countries undergoing significant economic reforms, where different stakeholders have different ideas about the best path forward. The process of deleting zeros and what it entails. The concept of deleting zeros from a currency is not unique to Iraq. Many countries have gone through similar processes in response to hyperinflation or severe devaluation. For example, Zimbabwe famously redenominated its currency multiple times in the face of extreme hyperinflation. In such cases, the government essentially issues new currency notes with fewer zeros, making transactions more manageable and aiming to restore confidence in the currency. In Iraq's case, the deletion of 3 zeros would mean that 1,000 dinars would become 1 dinar, and the currency would be reissued with new notes reflecting this change. While this might make everyday transactions easier and reduce the logistical burden of handling large sums of money, it does not inherently increase the value of the dinar on the global market. For the dinar to increase in value relative to other currencies, Iraq would need to address the underlying economic factors that have contributed to its devaluation, such as political instability, reliance on oil exports, and a lack of diversification in the economy. This is likely the source of the disagreement between Alec and the dissenting voice. Alec may be focused on the technical aspects of the redenomination process, emphasizing that it is a necessary step in modernizing Iraq's currency system. Meanwhile, the other speaker may be concerned that redenomination alone is not enough to bring about meaningful economic change and may be cautioning against over-optimism. Public perception and speculation. For many Iraqis, as well as foreign investors and currency speculators, the future of the dinar is a topic of great interest. The mention of the deletion of zeros can lead to speculation about a potential revaluation of the currency, which is when a country's currency increases in value relative to other currencies. Some people may believe that this redenomination process is a precursor to a broader revaluation, which could potentially lead to significant financial gains for those holding dinars. However, it's important to differentiate between redenomination and revaluation. Redenomination changes the face value of the currency, while revaluation changes its exchange rate. In the case of Iraq, redenomination may help streamline transactions and accounting, but it does not guarantee that the dinar will increase in value on the global market. For revaluation to occur, Iraq would need to strengthen its economy, reduce inflation, and stabilize its political situation. The speculation surrounding the dinar's future value is a source of hope for some, but it also contributes to a volatile and uncertain environment. Those who have invested in dinars may be eager for any sign of a revaluation, while others remain skeptical that such a change will happen anytime soon. This tension between hope and skepticism is reflected in Firefly's comments, as well as in the broader discussions about Iraq's monetary policy. Conclusion. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.